You know who it is, your favorite cousin checking in, Young J.O.C. Miss Shyneka, what's up?
What up? Good morning.
What up, Shawty?
Hi, you know what it is.
Man, good morning. Y'all know we wouldn't be the streets morning takeover if we wasn't out here in these streets. This morning we got a special guest in the studio. You may know him, man. This man,
Of many voices.
man of many voices, a man of little tact, but he's definitely smarter than the average. Ladies and gentlemen, in the studio, Mr. Arie Spears.
Yeah.
Yo, what up? What up? What's happening?
What's up, boy?
Good
What's
morning.
going on with y'all, man? Back again for the second time, man.
That's right.
Yep.
It's a good day. We starting off. It's been a beautiful morning, man. Day dilemma's been popping. Phone lines been going crazy, and we get you in the studio with us this morning.
Well, I'm glad y'all doing me the favor because, I'm here for two reasons. One, because I'm performing this weekend in Narlands, and then I'm here to do Shaq's podcast later this afternoon. So I'm going to drive out to his crib and knock that out.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. So we're going to talk to you about something.
Yes, sir.
Got your New York hat on.
Always. Knicks.
Knicks.
I'm not even going to front, man. I've never been a Knicks fan, but, just like when I wear the Yankees cap, people be like, yo, man, the Yankees killed today. I was like, I'm not a baseball fan.
Yo, that's why I had to say something, yo.
Yeah, I wear the hat because I'm from New York.
Yeah, I know it because, the Knicks just spanked the Hawks so bad, man.
Oh, they spanked everybody.
But it was crazy because, it's
Yeah,
funny.
They did.
They did. And they still spanking. But here's what's crazy. Have you ever had to be a part of something when it's losing in that moment?
No, because I'm a proud bandwagon jumper.
Okay.
Whoa.
I go where I know the chips is gonna be fresh and the hot wings gonna be steaming. You know what I mean? That's where the party at. The beer gonna be cold. So, I wear two jerseys on finals.
That's
So whoever
crazy.
lose,
Yeah.
I take that off.
Oh,
I'm representing the
wow.
winner. I'm like Don King, my man. I'm stepping over the body.
So, do you ever sports bet or
Never.
online?
Never.
Okay.
Never.
All right.
My allegiance died when, Michael Jordan retired.
Okay.
I was a hardcore Bulls fan because of MJ. And then once he left, I had no skin in the game.
I
So I
keep
was just-
hearing that a lot of our generation don't, there's no real excitement
But the
for
brother
it.
just admitted he's a habitual bandwagon.
Well, you-
Absolutely.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
once that happened, it was kind of like Mike was probably like your number one
Yeah,
point
no
blank.
doubt.
And after that, it's like whatever. You don't even have a team no more after
I
the
don't.
Bulls dismantled.
I don't.
From Mike. Okay.
I don't even know sports. As comedians, we be on the jokes. You know what I'm saying? You in New Orleans?
Mm-hmm.
Forming and doing Shaqs today.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, what do you think about Kevin Hart roast, man?
Listen, man, my allegiance, it's kind of twofold. Because on one end, it's kind of like I'm going to take a page out of Chappelle's book. When Kramer, the dude from Seinfeld, got in that trouble.
Yeah.
And Dave said, as I looked at that, there's part of me that's the comedian, and there's part of me as a black man. So, the black man in me was like, yo, that's messed up. But the comedian was like, yo, he's just having a bad set. So, it kind of with the Kevin Hart thing, I'm like, as a comedian, listen, man, it's a roast. It's what it is. And if your allegiance to this badge that we wear called comedy is everything it's supposed to be, it is a roast. If you don't like it, if it ain't your cup of tea, then it ain't for you. Now, as from a black man perspective, I can understand why it would ruffle some feathers.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, jokes was made about Charlie Kirk, who's white folks' hero. You know what I mean? So I can't sit here in front.
So if you
All is fair in love and war.
if you was in Kevin Hart's situation as being a comedian, you would allow a special to be produced and you would allow jokes in to ride off the culture, all right, off your people's back in order to make $1.
But for comedians, comedy is the culture.
Not when it gets to racism, man.
That one has nothing.
I'm a comedian,
one
full-fledged.
One has nothing to do with the other.
If you,
It has nothing to do with the other.
So you saying you will sit in a comedy
No,
club
what I
or
would
on a
do-
production and let a white person
what I
just
would
go
do-
and annihilate us?
What I would do is, unlike what Kevin did, was make sure that the writing staff wasn't completely white. But even if you were to somehow make sure that it was predominantly black with a couple of whites or a 50-50, at the end of the day, every writer's job is to service what the assignment is.
Okay.
So even if you have all black, like a 90-10
Okay.
percentage black writers, if some of them white writers come up with jokes that are deemed hilarious,
Mm-hmm.
that's the assignment.
That is.
So are you willing to produce a special which is racist to our culture, and be a part of it, knowing it's gonna ride off the back of our pain, because that's what's happened.
Well, first of all, you don't know what the jokes are until you hear them. You know what I'm saying? On that dais, when them comedians write them jokes and they do them, unless they themselves, like Shane Gillis, called Cheryl Underwood to go, is this okay?
Mm-hmm.
Unless you do that, which you don't have to do.
Right.
You don't know what's going to be said till it's said.
See, that's that part. But then I noticed that, it's something you said. When you know it, like you said, this is the culture is comedy, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I want to ask you this, because I like Kevin Hart. You know what I'm saying? I'm not as crazy about his work as I was when he was first popping, and that's okay. That's how life works.
It's called subjectivity.
Yeah, right. And you live, you learn, you grow, and you grow apart. Sometimes it's okay, but outside of this moment of, like Shawty said, using that pain to get a reaction out of the culture, because outside of this, what else from that comedy special, made the culture feel like they need to tune in? I mean, it was good. Some parts of it was good. I liked it, some of the stuff, but certain parts, like what we're talking about, is what I did not appreciate, right? Mm-hmm. And I tried to look at it from a point where I was like, well, it's comedy. Then I was like, but I think this is put there because this is what's going to jolt something in us. We see it appears to be he's having some issues with his production company. Not regular people issues. The kind of money he getting and has is crazy.
Right.
But in that world, when you got audits and you got quotas to meet and demands, when they say it's a problem, it's a problem. So I feel like they use this because now we're talking about it. Because had this not been going on, we'd be talking about the special right now. Would it make people? Because even you talk about it, you got fans who are gonna be like, I need to go see what's Arie's angle, and I'm gonna go back and look at it. And that's a stream and another stream, and before you know it, we 3 weeks talking about a special that played out almost a month ago. By the time you 3 weeks out from it, and now what got us was this hook.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Because outside of this, would we still be talking about it?
Well, I mean, the biggest talking point, obviously, is the racial aspect of it, and people being upset about it. But here's what we need to stop doing, because social media has given everybody power with this. Everybody's a journalist. Everybody's a comedian. Everybody is somebody with something to say, and this might be harsh to some people's ears. Everybody don't need to be heard. So what you shouldn't do is act like, because I saw one girl on there who said, I think I speak on everybody from Philly when I say, Kevin, we done with you. We don't want you. And it's like, well, first of all, Kevin is born and bred from Philly. He's a big deal, which means his success is Philly's success. Now, just say that you're done with him, because to somehow believe that you represent an entire major conglomerate known as the city of Philly, that everybody's done with him, is ridiculous.
Right.
Everybody's got to stop thinking that just because you get out the water at the beach, the sea level changes. That man is worth $500 million, which means that if he go back to Philly tomorrow and do a concert, I guarantee you it's sold out. If however many people will say, I'm not going, there's going to be just as many people going, I am going.
Yeah.
For the very same reason you not.
For sure.
That's special.
For sure.
So it just seems to me that comedy is very subjective. And it's only when people are emotionally charged in some way that they disagree with whatever the comedy is, whether it's racial or sexuality or, whatever it may be. So it is very subjective. Like, honestly, I think that it was fair all the way around. They made slave jokes about Kevin Hart. They made jokes about his dead parents. Like,
Listen,
But that's Kevin. That ain't got nothing to do with
But-
George Floyd, the family, or the movement, and the stuff that was created out of this, which black people rioted for this, man. Like, if we allow these networks to go in and tear us down like this, and to have us up there cooning, because it sounds, when he's explaining it, it sounds like when you say he got the hand of the Netflix man up his ass, and he's talking because he's trying to justify what happened in the roast when that was to our people. Man, I'm standing up for my people.
But
Ain't no check, no nothing.
Yeah, but we picking selective sides now, because while you want to sit down Kevin for whether you think cooning or selling out or whatever title you want to give it, and you uppraising Cat, let's not forget, and this is not me trying to take slander to Cat, wanting to beef with Cat, because it ain't got nothing to do with a fear factor. But for a long time, come on, we not stupid, we not blind. Cat had major issues, drug-related substance issues, getting in a fight with a 13-year-old. So we gonna.
I never seen Cat do no goddamn drugs. Where they? How you gonna say it on the mic if you never saw it?
I never saw my dad have sex with my mother, but I'm here.
Did you see Cat Williams do drugs? Did you see?
I never saw my dad have sex with my mother, but I'm here. So I know it happened.
But
you don't have to see
how
it to
you know it happened? I never seen this man do drugs. I toured with
Let
it.
me be technical. I never saw it happen either. But when the signs are that there, come on, man, let's not play coy. So what I'm saying is this.
You been on drugs before?
I've dabbled.
Well, so you're saying the signs are there. What signs are there? That he did some cocaine or whatever they're claiming, besides Kevin Hart going on the Breakfast Club saying he didn't get off drugs.
If you think it's normal for a grown man to fight a 13-year-old, you tell me what motivates that.
I done fought teenagers before, and some of them bigger than me, and some of them need to be popped in the mouth. Huh?
Were you on drugs?
Probably.
I'm on drugs now.
The defense rests, Your Honor. The defense rests, Your Honor.
I'm sorry.
Excuse me?
So the only point I'm trying to make is this. We can't put Cat on this pedestal like we want to do in terms of being holy, because he said, I'm the only one here with a soul. I ain't never done this. I ain't never done that. But it's like, dude, your record ain't clean either.
Right.
So let's not judge. Let's not play holy.
But I'm not gonna say that man on drugs, and I never seen him do drugs, and I know him personally.
Okay.
Understood.
It's taking a different turn.
Yeah, we went off on a tangent, but let's reel it back in. Here's a bigger question. All right, here's a bigger question. Everybody's coming in and saying, "Hey, man, you know," because some people are taking your approach and saying, "Hey, it's comedy. Hey, it's part of the culture. Hey, it just happened with Tom Brady." But Tom Brady got up there and got in that man said, "Don't you ever say that ish again. Don't say that ish no more." He checked that. Kevin could have checked it, but like he said, what did y'all want me to do? Because in that moment, he's just looking like, yo, it's happening. It's a roast, right? Now, had that been a Jewish person, a Jewish celebrity, a Jewish somebody sitting in Kevin Hart's seat, and somebody came up there and made racially charged jokes about that Jewish said person that would have been sitting in Kevin's place, would it be the same conversation today?
In all fairness, probably not.
You damn right it would.
Probably not.
You damn right
because what we do know
and
is
that's the problem, because we're gonna give people a pass and say, oh, it's comedy. But they don't have to give nobody a pass.
No, they
and
gonna cancel your ass.
I'm just saying, I'm not, hold on, let me say this.
Go
Let me get it out. I'm just saying this.
Yes.
I'm not trying to ruffle nobody's feathers. I'm just speaking the truth. There are certain things that certain people just not gonna let you play with them about.
And can I
Period, point blank.
say this? And we have to take some accountability for the fact that until we put ourselves in positions where we don't need to sit at their table, because ultimately it's like, don't bite the hand that feeds you.
Right.
The gatekeepers and the people that run this are the Jews. So until we do like Jeffrey Katzenberg, David Geffen, and Steven Spielberg and form our own DreamWorks where we don't need them, well, then this is a very slippery slope that we're playing here. Because it's like, how do I keep my blackness and my manhood and the community and culture and carry that? But at the same time, I got to feed my family.
Right.
So I'm not saying you should never have to buck and tap dance and shuck and jive. But until we as black people come together, which we seem to never do, to form our own empires, this is the hand that we've been dealt.
Now, Mr. Arie Spears, you really seem like you have a lot of good common sense and emotional intelligence. Why did the Wayans brothers call you crazy?
Because I simply said, listen, I say what I said. So I said in the conversation that I was having with Vlad, I've been to various comedy clubs where the staff have told me, when Sean comes here, they're not allowed to talk to him. He wears shades. You can't make eye contact. And I said this, man. I was like, no comic, I don't care how great you are, should be arrogant. Dave Chappelle is the best comedian of our generation.
Cool.
And he's one of the most humble dudes in the world. So my actual quote was, for Sean to be that arrogant, bruh, your talent doesn't match your arrogance. If you're going to be that talented, you got to have Dave Chappelle-like talent. And your talent doesn't match your arrogance. Now, should I have said it? Maybe not. But I said it. It's out there. And he responded. Right. So that's when he called me the B word. And I'm just going to say this. If you've ever seen his stand-up is as lethal as a starter pistol. Come on, B.
I agree. But your stand up ain't that strong to be
You
going
out
around.
your
Hold on,
mind.
Arie.
You
Hurry,
out
because
your-
I'm a powerhouse
You
too.
out your-
Hold on, I'm a powerhouse too. But listen, for you to go and say,
I'm not gonna fall for
hold
this.
on,
I'm
for
not
you
gonna
to
fall
go
for
and
this.
say that you don't like to
What is
perform
happening?
in Mississippi because they can't read.
let's address it.
That is,
So
and
let-
you going to
so
New
let's
Orleans,
address it.
but you say I don't
So
like to
let's
perform in
address it.
Mississippi, which
First
are
of
their
all-
neighbors.
First of all, that was not.
And-
First of
go
all, that was
ahead.
not in complete context. People made it seem like I said I hate the South. I
The
performed.
Mississippi, the South, they
Well,
represent Georgia
let me-
too.
let me
We
speak.
all took it offensive.
Let me speak.
Go ahead.
I just performed in Alpharetta, Georgia for the second time at the club I can't say,
Okay.
but in Alpharetta, Georgia, that's the South. I just did a concert in Augusta, which I'd never been to, which prior to that, I was in Wilmington, which is East Coast. Augusta was better than Wilmington. I love all of Florida. I love, I haven't been in New Orleans since before the Katrina, but I've been here before. Have no problem with this. I love Nashville. I was specifically talking about Memphis and Mississippi.
Okay, what
where
happened
my mother's
there?
from in Jackson.
Okay.
The club was, and let's be honest, the club was real ghetto that I did. And when I say this, listen, the stereotype is that Southerners are slow. That's a stereotype. We know that they are entrepreneurs. We know they are doctors, lawyers, but there's no funny in that. So you go with the stereotype. Let me bring it back to the roast. The deist's job is to attack the obvious. So if you fat, you're going to get fat jokes.
All right.
If you ugly, you'll get ugly jokes. If you black, you'll get black jokes. So again, I'm going off the stereotype. It was very tongue-in-cheek with me. I got love for the South. When I said I'm an East Coast dude, I'm an East Coast cat. I shower with Timbs. I make love in Timbs.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? I shower with this hat on.
Hey, Mr. Marcus.
We can
Now, is
tell.
that true? No, but where's the funny?
Right.
Now, let's go back to address you. So you sat here and said, my funny, bruh.
Not to disrespect. Hold on, bro. You said that I don't like to perform for people in Mississippi because they can't read. People across the South took that disrespectful. I'm talking about the whole South.
Well,
I'm of the South, and I took it
If
disrespectful.
everybody from the South took it took it disrespectful, then I wouldn't have sold out shows in Alpharetta, Georgia.
Alpharetta, Georgia, that's full of sellouts too, man.
Okay, so you can't have it both ways.
Ain't no
Shawty,
real niggas
Shawty,
in
you can't
Alpharetta,
say
man.
have it both
Alpharetta
ways.
is
Ain't
full
no
of
real
one or
niggas
sellouts.
in
the other.
Alpharetta. Wait till you go to Louisiana, or you go somewhere near Mississippi, or you end up in one of those pockets. The masses are not gonna say something. But go ahead.
Let's bring it back to personally what you said, because and here's what people do, which is so funny to me. When they get offended, they attack your comedy.
Right.
That's very vaginal. That's a woman thing to do. That's like being with a woman for 15 years and you break up with her and she go, that's why your thing is little and you can't F.
Yeah.
You was with me for 15 years. So don't attack my funny. That's the easiest go-to and it's cliche.
Yeah.
Have you ever sold out shows in Africa? Have you toured Europe 3 times?
Man,
and
I'm a
sold out?
comedy legend, man. It ain't no. I will go on
So
stage
if I go
against
to-
you.
so if
No,
I-
no, I
so if
will.
I go to
No,
Africa-
we can go to a comedy club and we can go head for head, pound for pound, show for show.
So-
That's what we can do. I ain't
so-
talking about nothing because I got a hell of a track
Okay,
record,
so
just
Shawty,
like
hold
you
on,
do.
Nobody's-
Hold on.
So
Okay.
Shawty,
So if I go to Africa and go, you know Shawty, I know
They gonna
him.
say what my name is.
What my name is.
You think we stupid in the South, man? You ain't gonna.
Okay.
Boy, you gonna have a hard time in
now I
Louisiana.
have been to Africa. They
Saudi
know Shawty.
Arabia.
I will
I've been to
say that.
Saudi Arabia. I've been all throughout Europe. I'm touring again for the 3rd time. I've been to Africa twice. I'm going again next year. People know me all over the world, and that ain't because my comedy is weak. Find another one. That ain't it.
The comedy is mid. I'ma
Okay,
say
but
that.
why did you put your
We been on
comedy
shows
Shawty.
together,
against
Arie.
his?
So Shawty.
You
Like,
do
we don't-
impressions.
we
We've
don't-
been on
Shawty.
shows
But we
together.
don't.
Where my
but,
camera?
But
This?
yes.
Yes.
That's one of his impressions.
If you believe that Shawty, what your name is?
Ooh, you got something against people in the South,
no,
boy.
I don't.
You
No,
do.
I
Yeah,
don't.
you do.
I got something
Yeah,
against
you
what
do.
you're saying because it's so far
We all
gone.
originated
And
from
I
the
have
South.
no,
So let me ask you a question.
no.
First and
Except
foremost,
for Keaton.
so I want to bring it back here because normally, we get guests in. Sometimes
Look,
we
you
have
just proved my point.
we have differences of opinions. Sometimes we may not echo the same sentiments, and that's fair because we're all human. But what I will say respectfully, I don't want you to feel like you're getting attacked on our
No,
show.
not at all. Because
But-
here's
but-
the funny thing, Joc. Here's the funny thing.
Yeah.
Because you sat out there, and
Yeah.
I try to be humble,
Yeah.
but I'm gonna pat me on this one. When you go, I'm sharper than most. I don't play checkers. I play chess.
Right.
You understand?
Yeah.
And when I came in, I could feel his energy when he said to me. I forget what he said to me, but he said something along the lines of something, and something. And I could feel his body language and his energy where I went, he wants to be confrontational with me. And something told me it was going to be about the South. And then when he first said the Marlon Wayans thing, oh no, he said Vlad, that's what it was. Something, you going to talk about Vlad? I said, I don't want to deal with that. Then he brought up the Wayans. I said, okay, that's 2 for 2. So the third one's going to be about the South. But again, his facial expressions, his energy, I felt you come in the room before you opened your mouth.
Man, you don't remember the last show we did?
Yeah, it was 1982.
What was we at? What was we at?
1982.
What was we at?
I don't know where was we at.
What?
In the Atlantic Comedy
We was
Theater or
in
something?
no. We was in Orlando. We was in Tampa, Florida, and at a Coliseum. That's all I'm gonna say, man. I'm gonna tell you this.
Okay.
I just don't
Okay.
agree. I don't
No,
agree with
I
what you
don't-
said
I
about
don't-
the South.
Okay. I
I-
honestly, okay, so besides it being small, what else did you not appreciate about Mississippi's to clear
It just
to
wasn't
clear
run
this
right.
up?
It just wasn't run right.
Okay, so
Let me give you
you
an
really
example.
didn't have a problem with the whole Mississippi. It was your experience that you had
Yes,
in
but
Mississippi.
let me tell you something. I pride myself on something. You know, there are black folks who are like the Huxtables, and there are black folks who like the Evans.
Mhm.
I'm a little bit of both. So I like things to be run in a professional manner, a certain way.
Yeah.
So I'm at the club in Mississippi. The security guard, who's at least 350 pounds. So if something pop off, what you really stop it?
Right.
And even with the pistol on you, you in the middle of eating hot wings, and you got hot wing sauce on your fingers. So if something pop off, you reaching for a gun, but you fumbling. What you going? Lick your fingers off? You're supposed to be the first line of defense, and you eating buffalo wings in the middle of the show. That's not professional
Right.
at all. So I'm the kind of guy that when I point stuff like that, oh, he bougie.
Well,
Who he think he is?
yeah, I get it. You know what's interesting? It's one of those moments when you may not always speak about something, or it's something that people don't really speak about. It's like a privacy conversation, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I just think that you are not afraid to say forget tech and say what's on your mind. And it took me a long time to understand how powerful that could be, because my mom was like that. Rest of her
But
soul.
you know what? It might, and that's something as I'm getting older, you got to be better at that.
Well, guess what's crazy?
Because I say my mouth is my biggest attribute, but it's also my biggest detriment. So you got to learn how to navigate that better.
Well, guess what's crazy? I'm going through a difference in what you're going through. As I'm getting older, I'm being more vocal, and I'm going to use less tact because my patience is way thinner now. So believe it or not, it's way easier for me to understand you today at my age and where I'm at than I could have when I was younger. So I can respect what's on your mind, because at the end of the day, that's your opinion. I've been there before. I know it's just certain things people don't expect us to say, because we know the level of backlash that comes from it. We know that it could offend people that are possibly your supporters, your fans. But at the end of the day, when you speaking your truth on your experience, people just have to respect that. And so I ain't got no beef with you. I just don't want you to feel like you getting attacked. You on our show, but Shawty feel how he feel, and that's why I'm not telling him to stop, Shawty.
But the fact,
that's how he feel.
but the way we don't bring people on here
We
to
don't.
attack
We
them,
don't
we
do
bring them on here to ask them questions that matter to the culture, or things that you may have said and done that are relevant.
And I don't think I attacked
and
them. I
hold
think
on,
that's
at
what
the end
we're
of the
doing.
day, you can't like comparing
You kinda
somebody's
attack me.
comedy
You kinda attack
to your comedy and saying that their comedy is mid is so irrelevant. And Shawty, you can't
No, he
do that.
attacked
You
my
didn't
comedy
bring
first.
here-
He attacked my
What
comedy.
did I say?
He came at me. You said
What did
I
I
ain't
say?
never been to Africa. You said
No,
all
that
this.
was
I
after.
said-
That was
no,
way
I said,
after.
no,
That
I
was way
said,
after,
I said,
Shawty.
no. We was talking
Run the
about.
tape
We was
back.
talking about the bang for the buck. We was talking about Marlon Wayans, and does it pay off for him for the money for the buck? That's what we were saying. And I said that the comedy that you put out, it's not the level where you can go diss a whole state and say they can't read and diss the whole South.
Well,
And
first
that
of
was
all,
my point.
Again, I never dissed the whole.
That's
I
yeah, you
never
did.
did that.
That's
I never
why.
did
That's how
that.
we feel.
Well, that's
Well,
how you feel.
No.
I'm gonna say
all the
this. I'm
comedians,
gonna say
we
this.
already
Here's
talked
the
about it.
interesting thing, right? No matter how many times you say what you said and make the points that you've made, and you express your sentiments, it's always gonna be someone who feels how he feels, because they don't want to accept the apology, they don't want to accept the explanation, or just they don't want to have an understanding. That's just life. So I want to say, hey, we get it, man. We appreciate it. Let the people know where you're gonna be at. Shawty just feel how he feel, because no matter what, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we can apologize about something. We could give people the cleanest view of it, where you think that people will understand it, but it's somebody who's just not going to understand it, and you have to accept that. And it is what it is. Let them know where you at, man.
Do you know the name of the comedy club in New Orleans? Because they just opened it.
Um,
I'm there 2 shows Friday, 2 Saturday, 1 Sunday.
is it on your social media?
Yeah, it
You
should
got a flyer?
be. Yeah, it should be. Go to ariespears.com. There this weekend, 2 Friday, 2 Saturday. They just opened it too. And for the record, let me just say, I got nothing but love for the ATL. Spawn Divots, whenever I come through, I'm come through. The Gentlemen's Club, you know what I mean? I love the city. It's all love, baby, as far as I'm concerned.
It's all love, Arie. I don't want you to think.
We appreciate you stopping by. Whether you cleared up things or not, you know what I'm saying? This is what it is. It's a platform.
No doubt.
It's meant for people to be able to, share their view and their perspectives on whatever they believe in or whatever's topical at the moment. Let them know where you at this weekend, bro.
I'm at the Comedy Room this Friday through Sunday. 2 shows on Friday, 2 shows on Saturday, 1 on Sunday. Again, it's called the Comedy Room in New Orleans. I will assume the website, you can go to the website for exact times and locations.
That is. And we definitely appreciate you.